We got some breaking New York Knicks news, ladies and gentlemen. Landry Shamet returns to the New York Knicks. Oh, I love this. The Knicks had another roster spot to fill, and I was hoping it was going to be Landry Shamet. I loved everything he did last season when he came to the New York Knicks in free agency. The Knicks bench just got deeper. I want to give you guys everything you need to know about this signing and what it means for the overall depth of the Knicks roster heading into training camp, which is right around the corner, folks. Knicks basketball is almost here, and I'm super excited to be back making content here on Knicks Media. Make sure you guys let me know your thoughts in the comments of this news. Love to hear what you guys have to say. As always, hit the thumbs up button, subscribe to the channel if you're not already subbed here to Knicks Media. Folks, I got a lot of exciting things lined up on this YouTube channel for this season, man. It's going to be epic. I have a feeling that this season coming up is going to be one of the best Knicks seasons we've seen in a long time, and that's saying a lot because last year was a lot of fun going to the Eastern Conference Finals. But we made a video on the channel last week about why I think Mike Brown is the perfect man for the job to level up this team to new heights, so make sure you guys go check that video out. But let's focus in on Landry Shamet because this is a guy that is going to absolutely change the dynamic of this Knicks team, and I have a lot of positive things to say in this video. Now, the first thing that comes to mind when this news broke from Shams is, what is the rotation going to look like from Mike Brown? First of all, we have no idea what to expect. We're used to tight rotations, a 7-man rotation, 8-man rotation from Tom Thibodeau. But I'll tell you this, folks, that's not going to be the case with Mike Brown. I think it's going to be a 10-man rotation, maybe even deeper, which would be crazy. But you look at the depth of this Knicks team, you know, we got a lot of guys that are young to be excited about. But the Knicks did a great job this year in free agency to go after guys like Jordan Clarkson, adding Yabusele as well, two veterans that I think are going to provide big-time assets off the bench. You still got Deuce McBride to be excited about. You still got Mitchell Robinson, all right? I mean, there's a lot of depth off the bench, and we still don't even know exactly who's going to be the starting five. Is it going to be Josh Hart starting with Karl-Anthony Towns and the boys, or is Mitchell Robinson going to be the starting five? If you guys have any idea where you think Mike Brown's going to put the starting five out there, you guys let me know, because I think it's probably going to be Brunson, Bridges, Anunoby, Hart, and Cat. But if you wanted to start with Mitchell Robinson, you never know. As we know, in the playoffs, Tom Thibodeau decided to make a decision in the Eastern Conference Finals, changing up the entire starting five. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. But he made that decision. So I'm curious where Mike Brown goes with the starting five. But then you have guys like Ariel Hook-Porty, right? Tyler Kolek, and all the guys coming in from last year's draft class, Pacome Dadier. All right, and I think these guys are going to be impactful pieces off the bench for this team heading into this season. So you guys let me know if they're going to have any roster, you know, like, are they going to get really big minutes or not? Now you add in Landry Shamet to the mix, it really levels up the depth. So I'm curious to see the type of rotation that Mike Brown goes with, because you can argue that there's going to be players not getting a lot of minutes on this team that I think deserves it. Like, is Tyler Kolek going to be on that team in terms of getting minutes right away, or is he not? We all know Deuce McBride is going to be the sixth man. Mitchell Robinson, if he's not starting, is going to be right off the bench. Jordan Clarkson, honestly, you can argue will be the sixth man, but I still have Deuce McBride on a high pedestal. And then Yabusele, that's already 9 people talking about playing without even mentioning the year 2 guys like Pacome Dadier and all the, you know, Ariel Hook-Portys of the world. So really interesting to see how that really works out. But focusing in on Landry Shamet, and what makes this signing so good for the New York Knicks is that his three-point shooting and defense is exactly what we need in the modern-day NBA. He's a flamethrower. When Landry Shamet gets hot, he is absolutely going out there and making some plays. But it's not just about his three-point shooting that I liked about Shamet. He brought energy. He brought juice. He embraced what it means to be a New York Knick. He kind of just like fell into this culture, and it fit him like a glove. And what I mean by that is his intensity is felt. And I feel like Knicks fans, we really like to value all the type of energy when it comes to these players. And I really noticed that the overall energy that Landry Shamet brought, I felt it, and I'm sure Knicks fans felt it as well. So I'm excited to have him back in action. Want to remind you guys that Knicks Media does have a proud sponsor for the entire basketball season, which is Sleeper, folks. If you guys want to check out Sleeper, you can get a 100% match up to $100 by using my code KNICKS down below in the description. Make sure you guys sign up today. Terms and conditions apply, of course. This is a parlay I cooked up for the New York Giants and the New York Jets. They don't have any NBA parlays out there yet because basketball season is not here, but I'm sure we got a lot of Jets and Giants fans, so I like to make a Jets-Giants hybrid parlay. I got Malik Neighbors getting over 78.5 receiving yards. Did not have a great game in week 1. I think he's going to bounce back in this one. Tyrone Tracy, I don't see him having a great game. I got the under of 70.5 rushing and receiving yards. And then Breece Hall, over 58.5 rushing yards against the Bills. They let Derrick Henry run all over him. Breece had 100-plus yards. And I got Justin Fields getting in the end zone with his legs. I mean, you put $100 down, you win $1,500 if you want to trail me. That's the bet that I'm going to be using over there on Sleeper. If you guys want to trail me, link is in the description. Big shout out to Sleeper for sponsoring Knicks media all throughout the season. Now, getting back into our New York Knicks, is this the deepest bench this Knicks team has had in a long time? Because going into last season, I think that was the biggest concern that a lot of Knicks fans had, is we traded away Dante DiVincenzo and Julius Randle for Karl Anthony Towns. Dante was the piece off the bench that we all loved. And now without Dante heading into last year, we're like, wow, a starting five looks so great. But the bench is not that good. And you look at teams like, the Indiana Pacers. I think they beat the Knicks because of their depth. They had a 10-man rotation. They had fresh legs, and the Knicks just were unable to keep up with their pace. I think the Knicks, with Mike Brown, they're going to have a deep bench, and they're going to utilize everybody on this team. Obviously, they're not going to go 15 deep and have everybody get on the court here, but I do feel like getting a guy like Landry Shamet, someone you can trust, and having a roster that is filled with youth and veteran experience off the bench, this is what this Knicks season is going to be about, is going deep in the bench, getting people playing fast, getting them in transition. Mike Brown loves high-energy offense, and I'm really excited to see what this team looks like when training camp starts, when the preseason kicks off, and then all of a sudden, the first game of the season against the Cleveland Cavaliers is right around the corner. So you guys let me know your overall thoughts. Landry Shamet is back with the New York Knicks, and I definitely feel like this does change the entire outlook of this roster. There's a lot of pending. There still is, I believe, a lot of free agents out there that are not signed. Correct me if I'm wrong, but like Quentin Grimes is still available. All these like really good players, and I think that's because of the NBA CBA. I think that whole thing really messed up a lot of free agents. They're not getting the money they want. Some teams are not able to sign anybody, but the Knicks are able to get Landry Shamet on a 1-year contract. Let me know your thoughts in the comments, folks, about the New York Knicks bringing back Landry Shamet. I'm fired up about this. You should be fired up about this too, because New York Knicks basketball is right around the corner, and I cannot be more excited for this season. It feels like we're entering a new era of Knicks basketball because of the new coaching staff, but let's not forget that this roster is pretty much the same, minus additions off the bench, right? That's crazy. You take away Tom Thibodeau, you add Mike Brown. Everybody else is on this team like last year. No roster changes, but only additions. We really did not let go of anybody. I mean, all we're doing is adding Jordan Clarkson, adding Yabusele, now bringing back Landry Shamet. You brought back all the guys from last year. I mean, I'm ready to go, man. I'm ready for war this season. So let me know your thoughts in the comments, and welcome back to the Knicks, Landry Shamet. I'm out, folks.